Solomon is not a part of our syllabus, but is a part of syllabus. So we have discussed the theory. Okay, and according to the theory, there is no impact of dividend policy on value of the firm. Then after we have started a discussion about the relevance theories. In the relevance theories, we have two different theories, Walter's theory and Jordan's theory. According to the Walter's theories, there is always effect of dividend policy on the value of the company. And Walters divided all the companies in three different categories. Which three different categories are there? Can you tell me? According to the Walters model, there are three different types of companies: normal firm, growth firm, and declining firm. All the companies are categorized in these three categories. Suppose R is equal to K, then at which type of firm? R is equal to K. R is equal to K. It's which type of firm? It's normal firm, okay? If R is less than K, a declining firm, and if the R is greater than K, then growth firm. Now I am sharing the third model to you, and that is Jordan model. Write down the title, Jordan model. See, this slide is visible to you, everyone? Yes, please. Those are here, Vidhi, Priya, Abhi, Meet, Shreya. Is it visible? Okay. Now be here. Mehron. Jordan suggested this model. Okay, and maybe the question asks which model, which theory is a popular theory of dividend. So this is the most popular dividend theory. Okay, a Jordan model is the most popular theory, and according to this theory, a dividend policy of the firm affects its value, and it is based on the following important assumptions. Okay, following are the assumptions. There are seven total assumptions are there. Number one, the firm has only equity shares or equity finance. Okay, equity firm means all the companies are using only equity shares. Number two, firm has not external finance. It means company is not you're not using the external finance called preference share, called debentures, called bonds or loans. Company use only equity shares. Company does not use any other external finances. Number 3, cost of capital and return are constant. If you observe one thing, okay, in assumptions of all the theories, you will find this is the common in all the theories. Okay, whether it is whether it is Walter, or whether it is Jordan. Cost of capital and rate of return remain constant. Number 4, a firm has a long life as per the previous one. Number 5, no taxes. No taxes. Okay, it is again common. Constant retention, it's not relation, it's retention ratio. Constant retention ratio. And number 7, cost of capital is greater than growth rate. Cost of capital is greater than growth rate. To indicate the growth rate, we write G. Okay, in sum of book you will find BR. In sum of book you will find BR. Are we clear about the assumptions? Okay. I'm not telling you that you write all these assumptions, okay? But at least 3 to 4 assumptions are there. So please try to remember 3 to 4 assumptions from all the theories. Okay? And the smart work is, please remember all these assumptions, those are similar in all the theories. Like as cost of capital and return remain same, no taxes, and firm have a long life. These 3 are almost common in all the theories. So you remember these 3. Okay, in Jordan only equity, in Walter only internal finance, in both. Okay, equity and debt. Now moving ahead, let's try to understand this theory with the formula. Write down the formula. P is equal to E in bracket 1 minus P divided by KE minus BR. वॉल यहाँ पे पूरा है. E stand for earning per share. Okay, in bracket 1 minus B. Here K stand for cost of capital and BR stand for growth rate. Now please be here, those having confusion about the B and BR, entire 1 minus B stand for DP ratio. Here DP ratio means dividend payout ratio. Okay, 1 minus B is equal to DP ratio. It is known as dividend payout ratio. BR stand for growth rate, and K stand for capitalization rate or cost of equity capital. A means earning per share and P means price of the share. Are we done with the formula? जिसका बाकी वो लिख लो एक बार quickly. P is equal to E in bracket 1 minus B upon KE minus BR. Now let's try to understand the model with the exercise. Now look at the detail given to you. Raja company earns a rate of 12% on its total investment of rupees 6 lakh in the assets. Okay, your total investment means capital. Capital of the company is 6 lakh rupees. Okay, and company earn a 12% return on that 6 lakh. Can you tell me the amount? Company has invested 6 lakh rupees, and on that 6 lakh rupees, company earning a profit of rupees 12%. तो जितना अमाउंट लगाया है उस पर 12% उसको रिटर्न मिला. Just calculate the 12% of 6 lakh. 72,000. Are we clear up to this? This 72,000 is the profit of the company. It has 6 lakhs outstanding shares at a rupees 10 per share. Total amount is 6 lakh rupees and per share price is rupees 10. What is the number of shares? Okay, note down these details in your book. Number of shares 60,000. Profit, profit or earning is equal to 12% of 6 lakh is equal to 72,000. I repeat, number of equity shares 6 lakh divided by 10, 60,000. Earning 12% of 6 lakh 72,000. Discount rate of the firm is 10% and it has a policy of retaining 40% of its earning. Retaining 40%, it means retain means reinvestment. Okay, so here 40% is retained and 60% will be distributed. Are we clear? So here dividend payout ratio is 60% and 40% is retained. Retain means reinvest. अगर मैं एक्सप्लेन करूँ तो अगर कंपनी 100 रुपीज अर्न करती है तो 100 रुपीज में से वो 40 रुपीज वापस से बिजनेस में लगाएगी. ओके, एंड जो 60 रुपीज बाकी बचे वो इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेगी एज ए डिविडेंड. आर वी क्लियर? So here retention ratio or retain, that is 40%. So write down here dividend payout ratio, DP ratio 60%, retained earning 40%. Now the question, determine the price of its shares using Jordan model. What shall happen to the price of the shares if the payout ratio is 60% as we have written, or else as a payout ratio is 20%. It means out of 100, 20% will be distributed and 80% will be reinvested in the second option. Shall we go for the solution? Yes. Okay, what we required first? E. Earning per share. How we find earning per share? Total earning upon number of shares. Before that, tell me the formula. P is equal to A in bracket 1 minus B divided by KE minus BR. Okay, just I have written the formula here. Now tell me the value. One minute. E stand for earning per share. Here earning per share, it means total profit divided by number of shares. 72,000 divided by 60,000. So you will get 1.2. One point two is equal in a bracket 1 minus B. What is the indication of 1 minus B? See, we have written something. 1 minus B is equal to dividend payout ratio. Okay, here dividend payout ratio is how many rupees? 60%. It means 0.60 or 0.6 divided by KE, cost of capital. Cost of capital. See, some percentage is given to you. One rate is given to you. That is earning. discounting rate of the firm is 10%. Okay, that discounting factor represent the earning, sorry, capitalization rate. See the fourth line. Is it there? Okay, note down here. 0.10 minus BR, growth rate, right? BR means growth rate. What is the growth rate? Somebody said me that some percentage that written here. ओके, जितना वो री इन्वेस्ट करेगा उतना उसका ग्रोथ होगा. Are we clear? So here we write 0.40. Now go for the calculation. Is equal to 1.2 into 0.6. 0.72 upon minus 0.30 or 3, and final answer minus 2.4. Are you with me? Any doubt, any query? Okay, now this is at a 60%. Now we need to calculate at 20%. So instead of this 60, we will take here 20, and instead of this 40, we will take 80. Just give me a minute. One point two, 0.20, 10, and 0.8. Okay, done. Okay, up to this, I have just put at the value. Just I have changed the 60 with 20 and 40 with 80. Go for the further calculation. 1.2 into 20. 0.24. 0.24. It's divided by minus 0.7 minus 0.3428. Now see here. What is the conclusion based on this exercise? If company pay 20% dividend, okay, if company pay 20% dividend, the sale price of the company is 0.3428, and if a company pay 60% dividend, okay, please here, if a company pays 60% dividend, it's minus 2.4. Now tell me, which value is greater, minus 2.4 or minus 0.3428? Out of this two, which value is highest? Which value is higher? मेरा क्वेश्चन बहुत ही सिंपल है. Minus 2.4 or minus 0.3428? Raise your hand if your answer is minus 2.4. लोवेस्ट की बात कर रहा हूं. Okay. See, this is the conclusion among the students. Now let me tell you, if you draw, now guys keep silent. If you draw the line, okay, and this is the center point, okay, this is your zero. If you turn towards the right, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so in a plus, if we have more values, it having greater value. But if you go to the left side, okay, it's like a zero, then after -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, like this. Are you getting my point? Okay, so if you see these values, -1 is greater than -2. Are you getting my point? आप समझ में आया जिसको कंफ्यूजन था वो? ओके, तो यहाँ पे जो लोवेस्ट वैल्यू है वो है -2.4 एंड जो हाईएस्ट वैल्यू है वो है 0.3428. आर वी क्लियर अप टू दिस? Okay, so what is the conclusion here? If company decrease the dividend rate, okay, from 60 to 20, automatically the price become more, become highest. Are you getting my point? जैसे जैसे डिविडेंड पे आउट रेशियो बढ़ेगा वैसे वैसे प्राइस कम होगी, जैसे जैसे वो इंक्रीज होगा वैसे वैसे प्राइस इंक्रीज. A reverse relation is there. So are we clear about this theory? Any doubt, any query? Go ahead. Now read the limitations. I am not going to explain this limitation. What is the third limitation? Third limitation. In a real life, it is not applicable or not practical to, we don't have any taxes. Second, see, one of my observations based on answers, all my dear. One of my observations based on answers that you have written in your mid one, that what I have observed, that you are able to identify the question, okay, you are able to understand the questions, but you are not able to answer that question in a proper way. Okay, मैंने कई ऐसे आंसर सीट पढ़े हैं कि जहाँ पे जो हार्ड था, ओके, कि भाई फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट मतलब क्या, तो वो जो आंसर लिखा है वो आंसर सही है, टेक्निकली देखो तो वो आंसर सही है, लेकिन अगर थियरिकली देखो तो वो आंसर है वो वर्डिंग के साथ मैच नहीं हो रहा. तो मुझे पता है इसलिए मैंने राइट किया कि ये क्या कहना चाहता है. मे बी इन योर फाइनल एग्जामिनेशन दैट विल नॉट हैपन. If other faculties will check your answers, it directly put across. In a present value, somebody not, but 20 to 30% students have written the current market price of goods and services. Okay, at least they are aware about that. Present value means current price, but the wordings about the goods and services is not right. It is a present value or a current price of money, not a good or services. Are you getting my point? तो मैं आपको यहाँ पे रीड करने को बोल रहा हूँ, एक्सप्लेन करने को बोल रहा हूँ. इसका मतलब है कि मैं ये टेस्ट कर रहा हूँ कि आपको क्या समझ में आए, आप एग्जाम में जाके क्या लिखोगे. लिमिटेशन आपको पता है कि लिमिटेशन इज दैट देयर इज नो टैक्सेस इन रियल लाइफ, बट आप किस तरह से उसको लिखोगे वो मैटर करता है. एंड माय गोल्डन एडवाइस टू ऑल द डियर स्टूडेंट्स, from 2017-18 when I have started my teaching in colleges, okay, from that to today I am advising only one thing. Okay, whenever you submit your answer sheet after completion of your examination, your answer sheet is everything for you. Okay, your answer sheet is representing your knowledge, your intelligence, your understanding about the subjects, and your skill of writing or anything else that you have. Are you getting my point? तो अगर मैं एक लाइन में कहूँ तो जब भी कोई पेपर चेकर एक आंसर शीट हाथ में लेता है ना, तो वो आंसर शीट नहीं होती है, वो आपकी गुडविल होती है, वो आपकी वैल्यू, आपकी इमेज होती है. एज आई चेक फर्स्ट 1, 2 and 3 answers or 3 pages of answer sheet, I get to know that ये कितने पानी में. Are you getting my point? तो ये कभी गलती मत करना कि ये तो हमें पता है, हम लिख देंगे, उसको लिख देंगे वो सही है, लेकिन किस तरह से लिखोगे वो इससे इम्पोर्टेंट, क्योंकि आप वहां पे नहीं जाओगे. अगर आपने यहाँ पे गलत बोला तो मैं हूँ आपको करेक्ट करने के लिए, ओके, और मैं समझ जाऊंगा कि आप क्या बोलना चाहते हो, लेकिन वहां पे कोई नहीं समझेगा कि आप क्या कहना चाहते हो. मेंटली आप सही हो, आपको पता भी है कि ये कंसेप्ट है, ये मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन आप उसको एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाओगे. नंबर 1 एंड नंबर 2, आपको 2 साल से, लगातार 2 साल से लिखने की प्रैक्टिस ही नहीं है. फ्रॉम मार्च 20 से पहले की बात मैं कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि उससे पहले भी आपकी एग्जामिनेशन तो हुई नहीं थी. लास्ट एग्जामिनेशन कब थे? आई थिंक सो इन नवंबर दिसंबर. ओके, फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में होगी, दैट इज इन नवंबर दिसंबर. ओ गाइस, हियर दैट इज मस्ट बी इन नवंबर दिसंबर. ओके, इन 2019 2020 में आपने एक भी एग्जाम नहीं दिया, रिटन एग्जाम, जहां तक मुझे याद है, एक्सेप्ट योर मीट. ओके, फाइनल एग्जाम की बात रहो, और ये आपकी आई थिंक सो फर्स्ट फाइनल एग्जाम होगी जो आप रिटन दे रहे हो. एक फर्स्ट में दी ना, उसके बाद तो नहीं दी ना. तो एक साल के बाद वापस से आप पेपर लिखोगे, तो प्लीज डू द प्रैक्टिस. ओके, चलो. So how many theories are there? 3. One more exercise I have that you need to do. Okay, it is for your practice only. If the time permit you, you can do. Okay, now just quick revision of all the theories. Okay, there are 3 theories: MM theories, then after Walter's theory and Jordan theory. MM theory, they says that there is no impact of dividend policy on the value of the firm. Okay, and there are 5 assumptions: perfect capital market, investors are rational, no taxes, and KE remains same, and there is no risk. Okay, and what is the formula? P0 is equal to D1 plus P1 upon KE माइनस, देख लो आपको नहीं आती है, 1 plus KE. Okay, then after assumptions, theory, limitations. Last limitation, what are the assumptions? All the limitations. Then after Walter model, there is always a relation between dividend policy and the value of the firm. Okay, how many assumptions are there? I think so 6. 6 assumptions are there. Okay, long life and only internal finance, no use of external finance, R and K remain same, EPS and dividend remain same. These are the assumptions, and this all are become the limitations of the same theory. And what is the formula? P is equal to D plus in bracket R divided by KE and entirely divided by E minus D. Then after today we have discussed third theory, Jordan theory. Total 7 assumptions are there. You need to remember only any 4. Okay, and what is the formula? P is equal to is equal to E in a bracket 1 minus B upon KE minus BR. And all assumptions become the limitations. Now remain 2 points are there in this unit. The one point is dividend practice in Indian corporates. Dividend practices in Indian corporates. That I am not going to discuss in this class because This is your assignment task and what you need to do. सुन लो क्या करना है. It is not difficult for all of you. Just you need to explain what is a dividend practices. Okay. How the Indian companies are practicing dividend. If you just search it on Google, you will find lots of papers and lots of theories, lots of PPTs, PDF about the same. Just you need to check that. Suppose I take a Reliance Limited. Okay, you need to check that which policies company have adopted. It's a stable dividend policy, constant dividend policy, multiple increase dividend policy, and you get some taglines also. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट. तो ये असाइनमेंट, ये क्वेश्चन आपको मैं रियल लाइफ के साथ, प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ के साथ अटैच करने के लिए दे रहा हूं. बात समझ में आ गई सबको? क्या करना है कि डिविडेंड प्रैक्टिसेस इन इंडिया, मतलब कि इंडियन कंपनीज जो है वो किस तरह से डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर कर रही है. कौन कौन सी कंपनीज है जो डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर कर रही है, कौन कौन सी ऐसी कंपनीज है कि जो डिक्लेयर ही नहीं कर रही. आपको वो सर्च करना है, आपको प्रैक्टिकली देखना है कि हमने जो यहाँ पे डिविडेंड के बारे में पढ़ा है वो रियल में किस तरह से डिक्लेयर होता है. हाँ हाँ, लिख सकते हो. ये असाइनमेंट आप पे मैं छोड़ता हूँ, आप जो चाहो वो सर्च करो, वो लिखो. आइडियली मुझे ये जानना है कि आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्या है अबाउट द डिविडेंड प्रैक्टिसेस इन इंडिया. इंडिया में डिविडेंड प्रैक्टिसेस किस तरह से हो रही है. आर वी क्लियर अबाउट द असाइनमेंट? ओके. Now write down the last point of this unit, principles of dividend policy. हाँ, इसके बाद चैप्टर 12. Principles of dividend policy. There are mainly 4 principles. Write down the title, Principles of Dividend Policy. Mainly there are 4 principles. Number 1, dividend growth. Principle number 1, dividend growth. Number 2, high dividend. High dividend. Number 3, sustainable dividend. dividend growth, high dividend, sustainable dividend, and last one, right valuation. Right valuation. Okay, these are the main four principles that we need to study. We will go for the detailed discussion in the next class about the same, and from the next class also we start our unit number 5. If you have anything to share, please share. Otherwise, write your enrollment numbers and you can leave the class.